share. No, go ahead.
Hello, I am Michael Storberg, SEO Coordinator at Anvil Media.
And I am Daniel Salters, SEO Specialist here at Anvil Media.
And today we will be talking about voice search and owning the best answer via organic and paid opportunities and skills. First on our agenda is talking about the background of voice search, what is voice search in position 0, the devices and platforms that drive voice search, why voice search matters, how people are using voice search, the opportunities, and how to rank.
We'll also learn about FAQ pages and their benefit for voice search, statistics, the future of voice search, our conclusion, and question and answers.
First, the background, understanding voice search in position 0. Voice search is when you ask your digital assistant or phone question, and it provides you back what it determines as the best answer. These best answers are provided through Google Knowledge Graph, and the most common searches are informational queries. Searchers want a quick answer, not a full journey. And common queries often begin with who, what, when, where, why, how. The brands have an opportunity to provide these best answers. Down below, we have a graph that shows how searches are performed using voice search and text search. Text search usually tends to congregate around 1 to 3 words, whereas voice search goes into what's called the longer tail. Position 0 is a term from the rich snippet that appears in Google's answer box for instant answers, which appear above organic search results when the query is phrased as a question. Example, what is a rich snippet? Off to the right here, you can see an example of an answer box. This will also ask rich snippet. 80% of Google home results come from these snippets. Google's use of rich snippets is on the rise. This means there's more opportunities for brands. According to a recent Ahrefs study, 41% of queries have these featured snippets. On average, featured snippets are around 54 to 58 words in length. And as you can see from the graph, this graph covers 2015 to 2017 and the number of answers that included a rich snippet. And through 2018 and 19, this pattern has only continued. Hot topics for voice search include health and financial queries, applications such as mathematical equations or conversions, and things like checking time or setting a timer. Status, such as the weather, checking the weather, requirements, or do-it-yourself processes. Or subjective queries like best operated.
Catch an opportunity. You must rank in the top 10 to qualify for position 0. And you also must follow the 3 C's of SEO: content, code, and credibility. Once you rank, you have the opportunity to double your presence with a rich snippet. Below is a graph showing the probability of owning position 0 by rank. As we can see, the first 3 ranks hold most of the positions. Voice assistants and appliances. We have many different voice devices, such as Windows Cortana, Google's Assistant, Amazon Alexa, Apple Siri, and many others. Why does this matter? Voice searches are 3 times more likely to be local. They're also 30 times more likely to be action-oriented. Position 0 ranking generating an average 8.6 click-through rate. In ranking, position 0 has click-through rate of 114%. E-commerce. It is estimated that Amazon Echo accounts for 7 billion in voice transactions in 2020. 33% of U.S. internet users are likely to make a purchase via voice-enabled speakers. The annual estimated value for owning position 0 for virtual desktop is over $2 million. How voice assistants and speakers are used. You see that many people order movies, TV shows, music. They also browse products and ask for product recommendations. Many users reorder products that we purchased before. Some add products to shopping carts and finish checkouts and other devices. And as we can see, the U.S. voice assistant users and penetration has been growing ever since 2017.
This next visual shows the frequency with which people perform a voice search for local businesses based on device. And we see that smartphone and smart speaker have that vast majority of daily search for a local business. Desktop and tablet also have a strong frequency, but smart speakers show the highest. This next graphic is from the same Bright Local survey, and it shows how voice search would be used for local businesses, how people think they would use voice search for local businesses. The top being to make a reservation at 54%, find prices of goods or services at 46%, or to find out what products or services a business offers at 41%. Next, we'll be talking about ranking strategies and tactics to optimize for voice search in position 0. How to rank. You really have to start with the important modifiers, the important questions that people are asking about your business and product. Who, what, how, when, where. And this tends to play into the sales cycle or sales funnel. You find that the who, what questions show interest, whereas when you down to the when, where, that shows that people are ready to ask. You need to triangulate how these will fit into your sales cycle with conversations and surveys of your customers, and conduct research, especially with Google suggested searches. Below are some tools and websites that you can use to perform research into finding the keywords, questions that people are asking, and the topics to focus on in setting up your site for voice search. Some of those tools include Moz Keyword Explorer, Link Ranger Keyword Finder, and other free tools. We have Google AdWords Keyword Planner and Search Console. These are great to look up clicks, impressions, or search volume data, and also helps you find new keywords. Topical tools can help with the research of finding the questions that need answers and ideas to focus your content around. And some of these include FastFox, Storybase, and HubSpot Blog Topic Generator. For ongoing tracking of your success and your efforts, we suggest tools like SEMrush, StatSearch Analytics, and Search Metrics Suite. And here we're going to learn how to identify opportunities in order to rank. We're going to identify ideal phrases for your site and determine which have position 0. If possible, reverse engineer results that own the answer box. If not, focus on high volume, long tail keyword terms. Evaluate site content that has the greatest potential and leverage your existing content, such as frequently asked questions, questions and answers, blog, etc. Long tail. So we're going to leverage the long tail phrases to incorporate 5 W's and other modifiers. So instead of just targeting a keyword phrase, we're going to add on to it on questions that someone would normally ask. And that's selecting format. So paragraphs are the best for standard answers and are the most common. Tables or charts are ideal when communicating complex or comparative data. On the right, we can see a Google search snippet with these question and answers, so you can see what it looks like. So for content optimization, we recommend that you get to the point on target pages with content. You provide additional detail as you get lower in the page, and you generally follow the hierarchy laid out below. That would be beginning answering the most newsworthy and salient points of your content. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Follow that up with important details, and then lastly, other general info and background information. So further in page optimization, we recommend that you create new content with rich snippet format in mind. And as with a desktop site, we always recommend that you optimize the code elements such as URL, title, meta, H1, and the schema markup. Below, we have our tag recommendations and recommendations for some top search engines. Google suggests that you keep your title tags between 66 to 69 characters and your meta descriptions under 155 characters. This is also what we go on to recommend here at Anvil Media, keeping that title tag under about 60 characters and those metas between 130 and 155. So as for advanced SEO, we recommend that you match Google Search Console keywords with keywords on your landing page. You evaluate existing high-performing pages that could perform well as voice search pages. Test less common modifiers other than the 5 W's we've talked about, like cost or best. And we generally find that you should target an 8th grade reading level. You need to optimize your lower funnel searches for purchase and support your voice search efforts with a strong paid search campaign. And for our FAQ and voice strategy, we're going to create FAQ pages with proper schema markup. FAQ pages, they answer the voice search queries. We want to be sure to answer questions involving your niche and feed it to Google Console through the FAQ schema. And as we can see in the graph on the far right, you can see the differences between adding the FAQ schema and without adding the FAQ schema. And it's about double the traffic that you can see when you add that in. For research, we're going to research popular questions, keywords, or phrases for your industry. On the left are most commonly searched words, such as who, what, look up, menu, best, prices. Also on the far right, as an example for buying a car, these are all the questions: how to buy a car, how much is a car, when to buy your new car, and how much is a used car. On implementation, we implement that FAQ scheme in the back end of our website. On the left, we see we use Google's structured data testing tool. This lets us test the schema markup to make sure that there aren't any errors or warnings. And then the far right is an example of what the web page looks like. It's a pretty basic FAQ page. Questions such as what is search engine marketing. Common uses. Comscore predicts voice search will constitute about half of all searches by 2020, so it's really important to take advantage of it. A lot of people are searching for checking weather, the news, playing music, searching for something that they normally type in the search engine, sending text or email, asking questions, check traffic and navigation. The ways in which U.S. internet users use voice assistance through a mobile device, mainly locating a product, learning about discounts and deals, and comparing products. So next we're just going to go over some statistics. 55% of teens and 41% of adults use voice search more than once a day, according to Google. 20% of Google searches and 25% of Bing searches originated from voice search in 2016. And as Daniel said, Comscore predicts that by 2020, voice search will constitute half or more than half of all searches. 22% of people are searching for local content and information, and 21% of people trust voice with complex e-commerce. And the graphic off to the right here just shows another survey where individuals were asked how they think they would use voice search going forward, with the top being receiving travel directions, which is something I know I do fairly often, updating work tasks and calendar events, and making reservations at a restaurant. And next, this graph shows common locations where people are using voice search. The main one being when they're at home using their voice assistant like Alexa or the Google Home devices. And next being when they're on the go, such as walking, driving, or commuting on their phone. And the smallest portion being a mix of the two, both at home or in the office. And as voice search grows, we really expect that mix to grow, for people to be searching both at home and on the go as all their devices become more interconnected. Next visual shows voice activities and how people are using voice search currently. The largest being the primary activities being using a voice assistant for music, alarms, reminders, and weather forecasts. And then next, you get into the bite-sized information, like asking fun questions. I know I ask my Google Home Assistant for jokes sometimes, asking for directions, and asking for sports scores. Last being emerging use cases such as managing finance, food delivery, and shopping and ordering items. And this is really where brands can distinguish themselves from their competitors by getting in early. Going into the future of voice search, we're really just getting started with voice search. In 2017, 24.5 million voice search devices were shipped. It's been found that only 30 to 50% of conversational interactions were successful. As the algorithms get smarter and more businesses optimize for voice search, these figures will definitely improve. Only a small percentage of voice skills are branded today. We can expect to see more local results, transactional commerce, and media formats like images and video. Prepare for a multimedia voice experience, such as on devices like the Amazon Echo Show. And more than half of regular smart speaker users want information on deals and promotions, according to Google. You should consider creating voice apps, skills, and AI-related products.
Advertising options in the future. Ads are currently banned on Amazon Alexa skills, with a few exceptions. There are no plans to add advertisements to Alexa. Amazon wants brands to focus on developing skills that provide a more engaging experience. Look for more advertising once install base reaches about 100 million in 2020, up from 20 million today. Companies can also monetize skills without advertising by offering paid subscription skills. The conditions under which U.S. voice-enabled speaker owners would be willing to listen to ads are when they ask whether they want to hear the ad before it plays, get to choose the brands from which they hear the ad. If the ads are personalized based on commands or questions they ask, they're more interested in it. And ads that are connected to brands they like on social media will resonate more with the users. The key takeaway on developing a voice search plan is start with fundamental SEO from organic ratings, and to identify existing content to optimize for voice. Also going to identify new content opportunities. We'll then test and refine. Consider developing an Alexa skill and be ready for voice search advertising. This conclusion would be owning position 0 through use of traditional SEO tactics and structured data is vital to appearing in voice search. E-commerce and local business searches are among the fastest growing sectors of voice search. Using FAQ pages with FAQ markup will help your site to appear at position 0 and in turn be served as results for voice search queries. Also, optimizing for voice search now could be the differentiating factor that helps you stand out above your competitors. And that concludes our voice search webinar. If you have any questions, feel free to sign up for our newsletter and follow us on social.